God of War may not be out yet, but it's getting pretty good reviews. And I have a long weekend next weekend.
What's next weekend?
The 11th, which I believe is Friday, is Veterans Day. So.
Oh, literally, like, you have a long weekend.
Yeah.
You said it in a way where I was thinking your weekend was going to be, like, painful.
No, not painful. Exciting, because I'm going to play God of War all weekend.
I thought about taking a day or two off and just being like, I'm going to play this game. But
Matt playing a game.
I mean, I
What
have to play it. It'll be the first game I've played in a very long time.
This year.
This year, yeah, probably. Oh, it's scary. So, I don't know. We'll see.
That's a terrifying thought.
Stay tuned to the Gamers 2 podcast, your weekly roundup of news and commentary related to the video game industry and anything else that might pique our interests.
Like, believe it or not.
Believe it.
Some new releases.
Are they on here?
Yeah, they are. Haha, suck it, nerd. Here's an update. Number 1.
Never experienced this before.
I know. What's it like?
It's not sensation.
Number 1, Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga Galactic Edition.
Didn't this game just come out?
Galactic Edition.
Okay. It's got galactics in it.
Yeah, whatever that means.
Also wondering that.
Chewie has more fur now.
I have this game.
You do have that game.
I played it.
We have played that game.
Played it for like an hour or two.
You played it for like an hour and a half with me, I think, as we just ran around Tatooine, not knowing what we were doing.
Yeah, so probably 2 hours.
Yeah. And about 10 minutes after you left, and then I turned it off.
I became overwhelmingly crushed by the sheer amount of shit there was in that game.
There was so much shit in that game. And we were playing the new stuff. We hadn't even bothered to go back and do the ones we knew and loved.
I know. It's too much for one man.
Thanksgiving plans? Star Wars. Number 2, The Chant for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. What do you think The Chant is?
I'm going to guess it's something like thriller, horror-esque.
What do you think they chant?
Something racist, probably.
Okay, all right. Well, number 3. I was liking the idea that they chant big booty bitches.
Big booty bitches. I was trying to think of like a creepy chant, but I couldn't, so I was thinking,
I thought you were going to start doing throat singing, like from
like Hellblade, yeah.
Where's Hellblade 2?
You know what?
You know what I mean?
These are good questions. Where's fucking the the Fable remake?
Well, let's be honest. That one's where it belongs.
Oh my god. In the dumpster fire.
Number 3, Die by the Blade. PC, PlayStation, Xbox. Number 4, The Entropy Center. For the PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. Number 5, From Space for the PC and Switch. Number 6, Horsetails, Emerald Valley Ranch for the PC, PlayStation, and Switch.
Sounds like something Funhouse would play.
That's true. Number 7, How to Say Goodbye for the PC. Number 8, King's Hunt for the PC. Number 9, Outshine for the PC. Number 10, Roboco for the PC. Number 11, WRC Generations for the PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. Get a little vroom vroom.
Little slide.
Just shake your room. Number 12, Eterna Noctis for the Switch. Number 13, Harvestella for the PC and Switch. And number 14, It Takes Two. Made its way to the Switch.
It Takes Two.
You know, we had Stadia, RIP, normally in this list sometimes.
Yes.
But when do we get the Steam Deck in this list? You know what I mean?
I mean, I think that's the beauty of the Steam Deck, is it doesn't need a special...
So you're saying it's a good idea.
Yeah, so naturally it'll crash and burn. Actually, I think this one's doing well.
I think it's doing really well. Like,
Do you know
Like,
anyone that
not-
got one yet, or
Yes.
how'd they like it? Have you fondled it?
No,
Oh,
not yet.
okay.
I believe he had to RMA his first one.
Oh, that's not good.
But the second, I believe he got it back and it's been fine ever since. It was fine, but it was running into issues on one specific game. He could run other games absolutely fine, and then that game, even though it was verified and everything for Steam Deck, it was crashing the thing.
Interesting.
So he sent it back, it came back, it was all good, and it's been fine since.
Interesting. Some weird like memory instability or something.
Yeah, no idea. But likes it.
Good.
I'm like, hey, as long as you like it, cool. I still don't have a reason for it.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I appreciate it. I wish I had a reason for it.
So his reason for it,
okay.
this goes to the whole joke.
I'm curious.
You know, it fits. It applies to you in a way.
I'm bi-curious.
Okay, all right. Hey, what's up? The whole joke between me, him, and a couple other people at work is whether or not we have customers at home.
Popular guy over here. He's got multiple people that he has jokes with at work.
Listen, I socialize
It's wild. It's a wild concept.
because then I come home and don't do it at all.
That's true. That's a fair point. It's a fair point.
I get my people fill in, and then I say, never again, don't let me see you ever.
Yeah.
I shut that part of my life at 5 o'clock. I'll reopen it again tomorrow. But they have what we call customers at home.
Okay.
I have no customers because Max does not get to dictate what media I am playing at any given point.
Customers. I enjoy that.
But customers are, their clientele, wives and children.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
they provide a service,
Yeah.
a dad service, perhaps.
They provide the dad service of like, hey, I want to watch this show. All right, I'll download it, yada, yada. So like when we're talking movies or whatever, I'm like, I've got X amount, but they are downloading like whole seasons of shows because, so-and-so wants to watch it or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it comes to the point where it's like, well, I want to play games, but I don't want to be, downstairs blasting whatever, or, I'll just be like, I'm in bed. I pull out my Steam Deck, have my headphones on, and I'm just still playing games. It's not a,
Mm-hmm. It's fair.
how he gets around some stuff. And I'm like, I understand that. I don't have that issue. If I want to play games, I'll just go lay on the couch naked and play Gran Turismo. Feel the controller vibrate on my penis.
Whatever you're into.
I couldn't even finish the joke. Because I play with a wheel.
Sure, Nate. Joe.
I play Gran Turismo with the wheel though.
Okay. And if I ever touch that wheel, I'm gonna fucking need a Clorox wipe.
Why?
I don't know what you do. I don't know if you have the wheel spinning and just hitting your nut sack like a doop 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 or
You've
doing
touched
something weird
both.
like that. That's fair.
I want to see how far I can push that joke. Joke?
What are you talking about? I'm like, I like the sentiment, but
like that's his thing. Like that's why he gets headphones so he can play. He Switch. He mostly plays it portable, so you just play it in bed and not bother anybody or whatever.
yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I get it. It's just not like for me. It's not a thing.
Time is not a thing, fortunately.
It's an illusion.
It is an illusion.
And
It's not even that. You know what? That's not even true because like
it's made up by the government.
Okay, there it is. I have like probably 2 or 3 hours at the end of the day that I could like play games in, but by that point I'm so like drained that I just want to like lay on the couch and cry and watch something mindless.
You're preaching to the choir. Because minus the cry part, there are multiple instances of me coming home, putting on YouTube to something specifically I have already watched and going, man, that's really and then just sleeping for like 2 hours on accident.
Yeah. Oh man. You want odds or evens?
I'll do odds.
All right. There it is, folks.
Keep him on his toes. Never let him know your next move. I'm going to do evens.
Okay.
I told you. I literally told you exactly what I was going to do as I did it. You
Number one.
You should have seen it coming.
An unknown retailer has started selling Sony Santa Monica's God of War Ragnarok 2 weeks before its release date, leading the studio to release a statement trying to control the damage. Over the weekend, significant spoilers for the title started to appear online, with creative director Cory Barlog initially being the one expressing his frustration on Twitter, saying, quote, "A retailer selling the game nearly 2 weeks before release. Just disappointing," end quote.
So here's my quick thing.
Yes.
I understand why they're not naming the person because they don't want more people to go buy it.
Yeah.
But when you say a retailer, how can no one figure out who this is?
I didn't even look to try.
But like, obviously, people
honestly
know.
I think there's more than one. I feel bad for them because doesn't this happen with the first one? Or did the first one just leak?
No, because the first one like kind of leaked, but after the whole their whole reveal was the E3 thing.
Yeah.
And after that, I don't think they were too worried.
Yep. So yeah, be careful on the interwebs. Don't want to come across any of those spoilers.
I have avoided, and I will continue to avoid.
Same.
Attempt it, get blocked.
Get fucked.
Number 2, Swedish retail giant IKEA.
I think you just offended anyone who listens to this that might be Swedish.
There's a couple people, I think.
I apologize.
Yeah, can you do the apology for me?
I apologize. IKEA is a great store.
Great meatballs. Number 2, Swedish retail giant IKEA has threatened legal action against me for that horrible accent.
Exactly.
They have also threatened legal action against a solo developer over the setting of his upcoming horror title, developed by Jacob Shaw. The Store is Closed is a co-op survival game that is currently in development and seeking funding on Kickstarter. The title is set in an infinite furniture store where players will need to craft weapons and build fortifications to survive the night, while they build towers to the sky to find a way out. Some press outlets liken the project to a horror game set in an IKEA store, which has prompted the retailer to issue a cease and desist letter to Shaw. He has 10 days to change the game and remove all indicia associated with the famous IKEA stores. Shaw is currently seeking legal advice, but told Kotaku he is also preparing to follow IKEA's demands. Quote, "I was going to spend the last week of my Kickstarter preparing an update for all the new alpha testers, but now I've got to desperately revamp the entire look of the game so I don't get sued," end quote.
Interesting.
Make it a Walmart.
Yeah, fuck it.
Piss
Walmart.
everybody off.
Target.
You can't piss them off.
Yeah, they will sue you too. Walmart would too, probably.
Oh, no,
Walmart. Walmart probably doesn't care, really.
They would probably all sue you, but let's be fair, Target is a hellscape.
Yeah. They'll be like, "Oh, it's a Target simulator." I mean, that's unfortunate because it being an IKEA would just sounds great.
Yeah, well, think about all the building materials you would have.
Exactly.
It's endless furniture. You build whatever you want.
Exactly. Good food too, I guess. I don't know. I don't really eat there.
Yeah, but every now and then you just go to the cafe. That's where you like heal up for the night.
Yep.
And you go back to building your fortifications.
Exactly.
They just make it look like, not even look like IKEA, but just name it Big Box Put Together Furniture Store.
Called Superstore.
Ooh, perfect. Good show.
So I've heard.
Too close to home.
There's kind of like a homage to it coming out on Netflix called Blockbuster.
Interesting. I'll stick with Superstore.
Okay.
Because I already was getting, I mean, the little bit we watched together, but like I had watched seasons before that. It was like, just you watch it and you get a little bit of PTSD.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't watch it.
It's too close.
It was too real.
It's like, oh my God, they actually have good writers.
Yeah, it's too close to home. I just put chapstick on my lips using my right hand, and it was the weirdest thing I've ever done.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
I'm left-handed.
Yeah, I forgot about
I'm disabled. Number 3.
Oh no! What will 10% of the population think?
Number
Fucking
3.
loser.
The recently announced EA Motive game based on Iron Man is just the beginning of Electronic Arts' partnership with Marvel. EA said it has a long-term deal with Marvel, quote, to develop at least 3 new action-adventure games that will be available for consoles and PC, end quote. Like Iron Man, the other games will be original stories set within the Marvel Universe. No details were provided for which characters those future games will feature. Jeez,
You're doing so good. We're story 3.
As for Iron Man, development on that game is headed up by executive producer Oliver Prulix from Guardians of the Galaxy and fellow veteran developer Ian Fraser from Star Wars Squadrons and Malin Lumenu from Immortals Phoenix Rising. And what? You got something to say, bro?
No, it gets better.
And J.F. Poirier from Star Wars Squadrons as well. These names, man, I'm so bad at names.
I didn't even read that one when I did the double switch in the beginning because man, that's pretty rough.
The next one is the next odd is probably why you did the double switch.
No, I didn't even scroll down.
Oh. I was kind of jazzed when you said odds because I was like, oh, those are the long ones.
Psych.
Got me.
I hope it's not an exclusive partnership, which I don't believe it is.
I think it's strange for Disney to like kind of Disney not being thrilled with the EA partnership,
and then
with Star Wars,
and then do it again.
Yeah, with Marvel.
Yeah. I can't explain it either. That was my first thing of like, yeah, that backfired. You guys want to make more games? And it's like, dude, as long as they're not doing the exclusive thing, because that was the worst part about the EA thing, is that it was exclusive, so you couldn't actually get a good Star Wars game because EA held the license for it.
Yeah, I mean, you would hope, but if they are if they're already contracted for 3 games, that's like kind of crazy.
Sure, but stuff like Avengers wasn't theirs. Why am I blanking on the Guardians of the Galaxy wasn't theirs?
No,
and some other ones that are coming out aren't theirs. So it's like, okay, you're spreading the love, and these are going to seem to be more single player potentially storylines. So maybe it'll all be okay.
I'm curious what the game plan is here, because
I hope that when we play Iron Man, and when I say we play, we're not going to, but we're going to watch it get played. I hope when that happens, we immediately just see all of the old Anthem shit getting reused.
Yeah, I mean, that would be ideal.
That's probably how they won it. They went, we have Anthem that sucks, but we can make Iron Man out of it. Takes half the time.
I'm wondering what Disney, Marvel, whatever you want to call them, whatever their game plan is here, because they said of Star Wars, they wanted a Star Wars game coming out every 6 months. I'm like, are you just like
money hungry?
Yeah, it's like Disney just they want like a new game, a Disney IP'd game out every 3 months or something.
Sure. I have one called Star Wars End War. Just remaster it. Thank you. That's all I need.
Honestly, they could make a lot of money if they just went through and remastered all the old Star Wars games.
Yeah, like full remaster them. Like remake, essentially.
Yeah.
Don't up-res. Remake.
People would just eat them up. Bunch of psychos.
Don't touch anything. Just remake them and boom.
Yeah.
Free money.
Free real estate.
Number 4, NetEase is taking some cues from Embracer Group, Tencent, and Netflix by expanding. NetEase Games has launched its newest game development studio, GP Track 50. The publisher said that the office will focus on creating and distributing new Chinese gaming entertainment worldwide. NetEase has also secured a minority stake in Swedish indie developer Liquid Swords. The Chinese firm has made an investment in the Stockholm-based studio, though the exact figure was not was not disclosed. by Ron
I love
Burgundy.
how okay, so let's back up. You read that word for word, but then the previous sentence you replaced Japanese with Chinese.
I didn't replace that.
You said Chinese. Is this a Chinese on yours?
Yes, I didn't replace that.
I'm talking about the sentence above it.
Yeah, it says Japanese.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I read.
Chinese.
No, I read Japanese.
You said Chinese.
The publisher said they will focus on creating new Japanese gaming entertainment worldwide.
Yeah.
NetEase has also secured a minority stake in Swedish indie developer Liquid Swords.
Yeah.
The Chinese firm.
Never mind. Just continue reading.
Okay.
Did
I double China?
You did double China.
Ah. You can't double China. I'm already confused because why is China in Japan? What? Huh?
They opened a Japanese studio, essentially.
Oh, got you. Though the exact figure was not undisclosed. So you fucking figure out what Matt wrote at any point here. Liquid Swords was founded in 2020 by Christopher Sundberg, best known as the founder of Avalanche Studios and director of the first Just Cause game. The studio is currently working on its debut project, an unannounced AAA open world title. Which, hey, if you got a guy that did Just Cause, pretty solid basis of an open world AAA title.
Yep. Just Cause, not Just Cause.
Yeah, exactly. Did I say cause?
Oh, NetEase.
It's a wonder it took them this long, because they're one of,
they're
like, them and Tencent are the two.
Yeah, the two big
And
ones.
NetEase is not exactly tiny.
No. They're just like, oh shit, we can do that too.
They've probably been getting like mad at Embracer Group or something. Like, oh, you guys just buying everything. What's left for us? Guild Wars again?
Yeah, get on that.
I guess it's ArenaNet, but
It's NetEase. Since we're on the topic, we got a quick roundup of new studios and acquisitions. Developer and publisher Frontier has acquired Canadian studio Complex Games for an undisclosed amount. Complex Games is the developer behind Warhammer 40,000 Chaos Gate Demon Hunters, or however you want to pronounce that. Launched via third-party label Frontier Foundry in May. A new studio has been formed by ex-Niantic staff with the aim of creating, quote, narrative games and short-form indie experiences, end quote. Bodeville was founded in October by Alexia Flex Menville, and Bo Bohogieson, however the fuck you say his name, sorry, Bo, who previously worked together at Niantic on its upcoming location-based pet game, Peridot. They also worked on Pokemon Go and Harry Potter Wizards Unite, or whatever the hell it was called.
I mean, you're right.
Build a Rocket Boy will open a new studio in France in 2023. The announcement didn't specify whether the new office will be focusing on a particular area, only that it's opening to, quote, accommodate the expanding needs of the global development team.
I didn't think that was the name of the studio.
Build a Rocket Boy?
Yeah. Oh, that was like the name of the game.
These studios are getting real wonky with their names.
Yeah, they're just kind of fucking throwing sentences together and saying that's the name of the studio now.
Yeah, basically. Game
if their first game is not Build a Rocket Boy and is instead like Hello Kitty Island Adventure, I'm losing my mind.
There probably will be. It'll be something like fucking, I don't know, pizza or something. It'll be called pizza or some stupid. I don't fucking know. Game audio services provider.
Your creativity
Side.
knows no bounds.
It just
It'll be called pizza.
It'll be called pizza. Game audio services provider Side announced that its newest studio, Side Paris, will open in early 2023. Founded in 1997, the firm has offered services such as casting, studio recordings, and performance direction. Side has worked on titles such as Returnal, It Takes Two, and Dying Light 2 Stay Human. Splitgate maker 1047 Games announced that it's purchased anti-cheat software creator Equate. With the acquisition, the games company will be folded into 1047 Games, and its tech will become exclusive to the studio. Quote, acquiring Equate is a vital part of our anti-cheat strategy as we develop our next game. We take anti-cheat seriously. Having our own in-house solution that we can tweak in real time solely for our next game with a growing player base makes a lot of strategic sense. End quote. Netflix has announced yet another studio acquisition, bringing Cozy Grove and Alpha Bear developer Spry Fox into the fold. The Seattle-based indie becomes Netflix's 6th internal studio and its 4th acquisition since September 2021.
I don't know what Alpha Bear is, but that
Sounds
name-
gay. Alpha Bear.
That just needs to be somebody's nickname now.
Dewey's.
Oh. He's gonna love that.
He is gonna love that. He's got a bear on his stomach.
That's true. That's true. That does make him the Alpha Bear.
And like, yeah, I like it.
Yeah. I'm gonna change his name on my phone to Alpha Bear.
Alpha Bear. It's good stuff. Good stuff. What other weird stuff was in here? Splitgate making a sensible choice and buying an anti-cheat.
Yeah,
company.
pretty interesting.
It is.
And interesting for Splitgate of all people to be able to buy a studio.
Mm-hmm. And like you wouldn't. For some reason, that screams like super practical to me too. Like it seems like it was like that's a good decision,
Right. There's something about Splitgate specifically that when I watch 1047 games or like the game itself before that they said they're not doing anything more with it and yada yada, I'm like, are you guys actually competent? Because that's scary.
Yeah, that's. I remember us having this conversation, being like, "That's weirdly pragmatic."
Like you guys are actually aware. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
See how it plays out.
Yeah.
Anyway, number 6. Blizzard Albany's QA team is scheduled to have its votes on unionization tallied on November 18th, but Activision Blizzard has asked the National Labor Relations Board to postpone that tabulation. The publisher filed a motion to impound ballots with the NLRB, saying the count should be postponed until its appeal of a previous NLRB decision in the case can be heard. Activision Blizzard filed this appeal alongside the motion to impound ballots. The publisher wants the NLRB to reconsider a ruling that the Blizzard Albany QA team would be an appropriate bargaining unit, rejecting Activision Blizzard's assertion that a unionization vote should be instead held across the entire studio.
Delaying tactics.
Yep. Delaying the inevitable.
I agree. I wonder if they're going to go with a Starbucks route and just close the studio.
Bold move.
Actually, I totally could see them doing that.
I could, but I don't see it playing well with Daddy Microsoft.
Clearly, I don't know. Like either. I mean, Microsoft is a big company, and they also wouldn't want unionization.
But they're also Phil said, like, we acknowledge it if it happens.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm wondering how much of this is Microsoft staying out of it and not saying like, hey, you guys, could you just settle down? Or how much of it, like if it's them staying out of it because they also are just like, we really don't want them to unionize, or if they're just.
I picture Microsoft just kind of watching, going, let's just see what the fuck happens.
Yeah, that's kind of what I
like just kind of glancing over every now and then at the different table in the food court, going like, "What the? I don't know, just see what happens." I guess.
So
like I'm not one of those like I'm not getting involved. If something starts happening over there, I'm not stepping in.
I'm not getting involved.
Not my problem.
No, it's my problem.
Moment acquisition.
Name that reference. Get $1.
Dollar make you holla.
Ooh. Number 7. That's what we're on, right? 7?
Yes. Siete.
Sony's PlayStation VR 2 will be launching on February 22nd, 2023. Did you see how much it costs?
Yes, I did.
Fuck.
Sorry.
I was going to do one of the classics. Guess the price.
No, I knew the other day.
The PSVR 2 will be launching at a recommended retail price of $550, according to Sony's blog post. For that price, the box will include the PSVR 2 headset, 2 Sense controllers, and headphones. A charging station for the controllers will be sold separately for $50, which seems aggressive for a charging station, and they'll also launch on the same day. The VR headset will also be available as a bundle with Guerrilla Games' upcoming Horizon Call of the Mountain for $600. Sony is also doing pre-orders, which some people have received emails for. You can also sign up to potentially be offered a pre-order. Pre-orders are beginning on November 15th.
$650 if you do the bundle and bother to get charging for your controllers.
Yeah. So $550 for the bare bundle.
Yep.
That's pricey.
That's a lot.
It's I was reading through a Reddit thread and someone summed it up pretty well, how there's clearly two dynamics. There's the console people who are looking at that price going
too much.
Yep. There's the PC people looking at that price and being like, "Damn, that's a good deal."
Yes.
Like
both those exist, but I believe their target is the console people.
Yeah.
And I think 550 shoots them straight in the foot.
I agree.
I would also guess this is probably going to be 500, and then inflation ticks. They just launch at 550, so they don't have to make the announcement of changing the price.
Yeah, I bet if they announced or came out with some sort of API or something like that to use it on PC,
money's gone.
They would sell a fucking boatload of them.
I would also put money down that the moment they start doing their winter sales around Black Friday next year, gonna sell.
Yeah.
There's not gonna sell for the first half of the year.
I think they said they plan on selling 2 million in the first year.
That's not happening. I don't think that happens.
I don't see it happening with the current state of game announced.
I see them being close to like half that.
If they, I don't know.
I think
it's missing. So something's missing. I don't know.
I think generously, they would be at about 1.5 if Half-Life Alyx launched day and date.
Yeah, there needs to be more games on PS5 for PS2 VR or PSVR 2, whatever. Or
just watching the synapses fire in your brain and then just be like, "What?"
Or it needs to have PC support because then they'd hit 2 million no problem.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm annoyed. You can probably tell by how I keep bringing it up, but I'm annoyed by the fact it doesn't have PC support. I think that's kind of.
I think they're massively missing it. Even if it works on PC, them not supporting it's the issue.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's good enough that I think if it is like even like that was the whole thing with the PSVR is like you could plug it in and it would like be recognized as a device.
Yeah.
So like even if that's a thing with the PSVR 2, the headset is good enough that people will make it themselves. They'll make the software themselves, but
like fuck you, I'll do it myself.
Yeah. Because it's just better than anything else you can get at like half the price. So yeah, interesting.
Number 8, CDE Entertainment, the Embracer-owned business group composed of assets acquired from Square Enix earlier this year, announced it is shutting down its publishing QA team and Onama, the mobile developer that rebranded itself last month from Square Enix Montreal.
What a kick in the face. Oh, you rebranded? That's the one that I think means name in French.
Yeah, it's also Onoma. I 100% added letters to that. Listen. That's where I was listening back to myself in my head, and I was like, that's not right.
He was the only person in this room who noticed or cared.
Yeah, it says the guy that called me out for Japan and China.
That's a little bit different, all right?
Come on. Mr. Pacific Theater major over here. The closures will impact roughly 200 people though CDE has said it will look to match some of them with open positions within PC and console projects at the remainder of the company. Which is a weird way to phrase that. At the remainder of whatever's left of you when we're done. Yeah. CDE has said that the closures will be made as it is focusing its future production capacities on its flagship studios, Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal.
It's unfortunate that people are going to lose their jobs. I just want to say that outright.
Oh,
But
here
I
we
got
go.
a certain
Here we go.
certain level of glee knowing that a mobile developer got murdered. Kind of, that's so old man of me.
It is. I'm trying to think of the old. I can't remember whose joke it was, so I'm not even going to make the full reference. But it's just like you wake up, you see the paper, and you go, "Yes, another mobile developer ate it."
It's terrible.
As you step out onto your front lawn and take a sip of that coffee and do the old "look at my lawn" pose.
Look at my lawn. Get
My
off my
lawn.
lawn, you damn kids.
Get off my lawn.
No, it's unfortunate, but I don't know. I guess it makes a statement of sorts for them, just being like, we're not here for mobile games in these franchises, at least.
Yeah.
Number 9. Didn't think I'd be saying another one of these goddamn stories. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is the fastest selling game in the franchise to date. What fucking year is it?
2022.
Activision has announced that worldwide sell-through for the first 3 days passed $800 million. More than the previous record holder, 2011's Modern Warfare 3. Wait a second, Modern Warfare 2 sold more than Modern Warfare 3? What the fuck? The naming scheme fucking kills me. Oh, I didn't even finish the sentence. It sold more than the previous record holder, Modern Warfare 3, managed in 5 days. Amazing. It's the biggest opening weekend in the series' history, and even surpassed 2 of the year's most successful films. Citing figures from Box Office Mojo, Activision claimed that Modern Warfare 2 outperformed the opening weekends of both Top Gun Maverick and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness combined. Hey, movies.
Suck it.
Suck it. Other new records set include the biggest 3-day digital sales for the series and the highest number of unique players and hours played in the first 3 days of a premium Call of Duty release.
What does that mean?
No mobile here, bitch.
Matt just had a mobile killing rampage.
I am genuinely surprised by that. I have heard the game's very good.
Yep.
But I did not expect, there to be. I don't know why. For some reason I thought Call of Duty, I was like, Call of Duty can't get any bigger.
I didn't think it.
Joke's on me, Matt. You fucking.
I thought it would sell just as much. I just didn't think it would break the records. For being the fastest or whatever. I was like, it's still gonna sell bonker numbers.
So here's the funny thing, though. The funny angle is this ongoing back and forth with Microsoft and Sony and Call of Duty.
Yeah.
This does not help Microsoft's case.
Doesn't hurt it.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that it hurts it, but it definitely, if you ignored the fact of the thing that we'll talk about in a couple of minutes here, of what Phil Spencer said, it definitely lends some merit to Sony's argument.
Sure. And then when God of War comes out, Sony gets fucked all over.
Yeah, I mean, that's the fun thing. It's the ping pong back and forth.
Yeah. It's just throwing a bag of shit over the fence. What it is. I'm not wrong. Number 10. According to Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, Eidos Montreal is in the very, very, very early stages of developing a new Deus Ex. Oh, man. WCCF Tech. Let's go with that. Previously heard rumors to this effect, with Eidos Montreal apparently waiting to do what Cyberpunk 2077 couldn't. Shots fired. Eidos Montreal is also said to be working on a new IP. There had been rumors the studio was toying with a Kids on Bikes Stranger Things X concept. Oh, God, please no. But word is that's been canceled, with the team refocusing on something else. This new IP is said to have been rescoped to reduce its level of ambition somewhat. Interestingly, it seems Eidos Montreal is also pitching in to help with Microsoft's Fable revival. These are all rumors, but, Schreier's got a record.
Keep him busy, it sounds like. The wanting to do what Cyberpunk 2027 couldn't is...
Sure, yeah, those numbers were right.
Don't worry about it. Is kind of like a wild... Like, all right, did Cyberpunk 2077 have issues at launch? Yes. Did it live up to the hype? Not necessarily.
Okay.
Is it still kind of a crazy game? Is it out of the scope of Eidos Montreal?
To, beat?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Really? You give them more credit than I do.
I guess I also have Cyberpunk as an actual low bar.
Okay.
Because of how bad it was at launch.
Yeah.
I think they could do it, but that being said, based also on their track record, they'd be punching above their weight class.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's kind of the way I took this.
You guys
are kind of like
I think they could do it, but I also think that they're punching above their weight class. But
I would say yes, they could do it. The odds of them successfully doing it
sure. But I also think that the CD Projekt Red punched above their weight class trying to do Cyberpunk to begin with.
Mm-hmm. I would love if they could make a Deus Ex that was, I'm doing air quotes here, better than Cyberpunk 2027. And I'm assuming when I say that, I mean in the vein of the statement they're making.
Could they not include what's his name?
Like, do a clean... Yeah, see, that I was thinking...
Don't include whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah,
Weird glasses dude.
I interpreted this right off the bat as almost like a... I was going to say like a remake, but like a reboot of sorts. Something that's more in line with the original and less action adventure.
Be hard to do Cyberpunk, to beat Cyberpunk and not do action adventure.
Well, when I say action adventure, I mean like the linear.
Yeah.
The linear thing that the newer Deus Ex games had going on.
Right. Okay. I get you.
Alrighty then.
Because what was it? It was Deus Ex and then Human Revolution and Mankind Divided?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just remember there was that... one of them had that ridiculous power you could get where you basically turned yourself into a bomb and shot ball bearings all over the place. And then he had the sword hands.
Oh, well, everybody remembers sword hands.
Fucking praying mantis.
Yeah. That's how I walked around in the levels.
Okay.
Just crouch and just... For the record, never played Deus Ex, but that's what I would do.
They weren't terrible, but they definitely weren't
I think I tried...
They were a different game.
I feel like I tried to play one of them, maybe a demo or something, and I got partway through the first level, and I was just kind of like, I don't give a shit about this at all. I just couldn't get through it.
It's actually funny because if you would have slapped Deus Ex on Cyberpunk, people probably wouldn't have batted an eye. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, this looks like it could be a Deus Ex sequel,
I believe that,
or whatever, to the original." All right, where was
Every now and then I debate re-downloading Cyberpunk. Every now and then.
Yeah,
because with all the patches and all the other stuff and everything else, I'm like, maybe, but I at the same time, I don't really care to go back into the city. I spent my time. I did my time. I ain't going back.
There's a whole slew of games I need to play, but I'll never get around to it, I'm sure. They're all time consuming games.
Yeah.
That's
how time works.
Yeah. Yeah. They consume more time than I have to offer.
My
time is limited on this earth.
Man starts up SnowRunner 2 again.
You know what? I would love to. I don't have time for that either.
No, because any mission in that game takes you 3 hours.
I know, it's really... I did it once recent. When I say recently, I mean
it's 5 months ago.
Probably, yeah. That
when
was
randomly I saw you on SnowRunner and you're like, yeah, I re-downloaded it.
Yeah, and I tried to do one fucking thing and I did it for 3 hours and I said, I can't do this anymore.
It's not you, it's me.
That's basically it. I was like, it's not you, it's me. I just can't do this.
You had to break up with SnowRunner.
So that was that.
Listen, man, not all of us can spend 45 minutes trying to attempt to drive to a destination only to flip our trucks and then have no choice but to bring out a recovery vehicle
This time,
and get that stuff.
This time, I fucking sank into a lake. It was a frozen lake. They fucked you. That's the thing. It's like you get to these situations and you have one way to get there.
And it spirals out of control.
And you have to drive a super fucking heavy log truck over a frozen lake and you go, you motherfuckers. Because that's the only way you can do it. And you start driving and you see the ice start cracking and you go, you son of a bitch. And then it goes in and then the next thing you know, you're fucking 2 hours later and you got 8 trucks up there and it's just a shit show and there's fucking trucks buried and flipped and like there's fucking tractor trailers up to its axles and you're just like, I hate this game.
I hate it, but I want to do it again. I just picture you backing in with a crane at some point and then just essentially fishing for your trucks. Like, I don't know where they are. They're somewhere in this ice.
Generally, like, then that's when you get these crazy ideas. We're like, what if I just like brought a crane up here and took the load off the trailer and put it on a different one that's not in the lake? You know, it's just like...
I can also picture you attaching a crane to a tow truck to drop the tow truck near the other truck to then pull both of them back out with. Just like trying to do some weird
I mean,
double attached shit.
Yeah, that's I mean, you could
I did debate doing that.
You do weird shit to like
a train of just winches to 85 trees, just
basically
look like Thor doing the whole pull back together.
The classic move is wedging your truck against the giant tree because
it won't move.
It won't move, so you can pull. You can use the full power of the winch without the truck getting dragged in.
Oh.
Yeah. You got a big brain move there.
The more you know. If you are ever stuck in the woods with a winch and you need to pull somebody else out, back your car into the tree behind you. It won't go around it.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I would love the same way that you hear
someone, you know how they used to, like Rooster Teeth used to do like the videos of like
immersion.
Yes.
Yeah.
They should do that someone should do that with SnowRunner.
Yeah. So, well, you know the old watching the NASCAR thing, doing the old video game moves where you start trying to do stuff in real life. I would love to see the clip of that where you see somebody like, how'd you know to get him out like that? Saw it in SnowRunner. Just backed my thing up to the thing and wedged it between 2 trees. Couldn't slide backwards. Problem solved.
What's funny is in a couple years, I think you're going to see a lot of people who are like driving these giant trucks as like
psychopaths.
Yeah,
skilled psychopaths.
Because there's a SnowRunner subreddit.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And people are constantly posting photos. Like they'll come across like the real truck.
Yeah.
And they'll post the photo of it. And I've seen people buying them. They'd be like, I came across this thing and they only wanted like $10,000. I fucking bought it. And it's just like, I'm just like, oh no.
I would love it even more if they went to like one of the companies that needed to do that. And they're like, listen, I've driven this in the game. I have an idea. I'm good. We're good. And they're like, all right, man, we'll let you ride with it for a little while and we'll see what happens. And then the guy just like does some absolutely like almost a Pinball Wizard story where he just does something so good and everybody's like, what the fuck is wrong? Why would you ever try that? He's like, listen, man, just trust me. Put the winch on that tree. I've seen the triangle.
It's basically, yeah. Oh, God. All right, last full story. It's not
There's
really even a
absolutely
full
no way
story.
we're making it through there.
That's real.
Shut up. I'm going. Let me drive.
AMD has unveiled their flagship GPUs, the 7900 XTX and their 7900 XT. The XTX will be $1,000 and the XT will be $900.
I want to gag.
You know we're broken when people online are excited that it's $1,000. That's the part that killed me. All right, some quick tidbits. AMD claims 50 to 70% more performance for the XTX compared to the previous flagship, the 6950 XT. It's got a chiplet design, which basically means it's modular, which is really good for cost savings. So like that's why the cards are cheaper. And what's neat about it is you can actually use different node processes. So it's got 5 nanometer parts and I believe 6 nanometer parts. Has dual media engines, which supports simultaneous encode and decode streams up to 8K 60 frames for HVANC, HVANC. What do they call that? It's HVANC. And supports AV1 encode. It has DisplayPort 2.1.
HVAC, no. NVEC is NVIDIA's.
NVEC, so it's
It's H264 and H265.
HEVC, whatever that is.
Yeah.
The $1,000 card has 24 gigs. The $900 card has 20 gigs. The higher end card is 355 watts. The lower card is 300 watts. And, for all those fun people out there, it uses standard 8-pin power connectors.
Woo, standard. The AV, I think, is actually pretty massive. The encoding thing.
Yeah.
That's like an actual massive thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll check in probably once they're in reviewers' hands to see how it compares for shits and giggles. I don't know. I'm curious. Seems to be like a genuine. I don't think that it'll compete with the 4090 but even if it gets like somewhat close, it's still significantly cheaper, so it'll be a success of sorts.
Yeah.
And the power consumption thing, I think, is going to be a bigger deal than people think.
Yeah, I mean, especially compared to the 40 series. The 40 series are power hungry.
Yeah, it's like the 4090 is like over 400 watts, isn't it? It's like 450 watts, something like that.
We'll see.
I don't know. Out of the game.
That's true. Too rich for my blood.
Yeah, that is expensive. I don't have a need for it either. I don't even play my. I don't even use my computer now.
Am I trying to sell a kidney? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gotta buy a new processor first. So.
Processor.
5800X 3D, baby. Woo! Let's go,
Do
team.
it. Do it. You won't.
What? Don't you tell me that. Opening my phone right now. You can buy it. Number 1, questionable things. We didn't write full paragraphs on. During EA's Q2 earnings call, Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer Christopher Sue revealed that live service titles account for 73% of the firm's gaming business. He added that digital sales titles make up 66% of full game units sold.
Might as well go fully digital.
And in my words, Matt, I'm not surprised.
No. They make a lot of money.
Number 2, Google has brought its Google Play for PC service to 7 more countries, including the U.S. The program allows users to play games listed on the Google Play Store via a desktop computer and is now in open beta.
Didn't even know this was a thing.
Yeah, so you can play mobile on there.
Disgusting.
You don't play games anyway. Number 3, early footage from Hideo Kojima's upcoming game.
Damn. Murdered.
Upcoming game Overdose leaked online, providing the first look at the upcoming horror game. Expect to see the game officially at this year's The Game Awards next month. And also, for whatever reason, do you know the game Condemned? It's going back a while.
Sounds familiar, but
it's a horror game where you're basically in a, I don't know if you're in an asylum or whatever.
That's like every horror game.
Yeah. But it just the same title being like Overdose kind of has
it
has the same vibes a little bit to me. I don't
Yeah.
know why.
Okay.
But it's Hideo, so you're gonna slowly walk around for about 4 hours worth of cutscenes in the first 2 minutes, and then you'll eventually get to play the game.
I'm concerned because it is Hideo, and this game seems to lend itself to being like a psychedelic trip. So that just means it's going to be him going off the fucking rails, even more so than normal.
Maybe he took psychedelics to write it.
What's going to be wild? It'll be wild if it's more of a normal game.
That would actually be more insane than it being insane.
Yeah.
Think about it, man. Number 4, PS5 sales have now surpassed 25 million units globally, but Sony has lost roughly 2 million PS Plus subscribers since rolling out their new service changes. I, for one, am not shocked.
Shocked Pikachu face.
Number 5, during EA's most recent earnings call, company's CEO Andrew Wilson promised to launch a major IP before they wrap up the current fiscal year, which ends on March 31st, 2023. Many are assuming that is Star Wars Jedi Survivor thing. Nate says he could technically use that to say Underground World. Need for Speed.
Unbound?
That one.
They got to be really fucking high on something if they consider. Well, I guess for them it is a major IP, but
For them, it is a major IP. And
That's-
and when they have to delay Star Wars out of this fiscal year, they say
Unbound.
That's the one we met.
Unbound becomes a sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, that's the one that we met as the major IP. 100%. Don't think about anything else. What are you talking about? Shut up. That's Andrew Wilson on the next earnings call. Huh? What? Shut up. Number 6, HBO's The Last of Us series is premiering on January 15th. Also, HBO has canceled Westworld, and Nate is gonna hurt himself.
I'll give you a number after we're done.
That's
Call.
fair. I respect that.
Get help.
It's a good idea. You should call that number if you ever actually do think about doing that. I, for one, use that as a joke. Poorly. The January 15th is interesting. It's like a weird window to release.
It is, but I think it's a
it'll
good
work.
window.
I think it'll work because there's nothing else on.
And it's just after the holidays. Everyone's burnt out. You just want to sit home and watch something and veg.
Yep. It's a good time.
I think.
I'm curious to see how it is.
Same.
I don't know that I'm going to watch it. I'm curious to see how it is, though.
I will watch it, obviously, but I'm a sucker.
Yeah, you are. I have a spine. Number. Just going for the throat.
Holy shit! I don't even
throat.
know what warranted that, but all
Going for the
right.
throat for absolutely no reason. I'm just so burnt on The Last of Us that I'm like,
oh yeah, that's true.
For me, it would have to be wait till the whole thing's out because I can't start that and then go, man, I wonder what happens next week. Oh wait, I know what happens next week. Like that's where
That's a good point. I'm just curious to see.
I'm hoping it like visually looks good. That the writing is acting, everything.
It looks good so far, and
Right.
it's hard for me to comprehend that it might actually be good. So I'm like, I guess I gotta watch this and find out.
Oh no, I have to entertain myself with a good TV show.
Speaking of which, Andor is fucking amazing.
I'll get to it.
I'm not harassing you. I'm just saying, like, people need to know.
To be fair, also, if you harassed me, I'd understand. I just harassed you back-to-back comments.
I'm also afraid that this is going to be Star Wars' Westworld because it's really good. Most critics say it's good.
Oh, no.
Everyone who watches it's like, it's good, but no one's watching it because they're like, what is this? It doesn't have lightsabers in it.
Yeah, and HBO canceling Westworld, man, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's a gut punch for me. I was really enjoying that. I think I understand, but like, man, I love that show. If you haven't ever watched Westworld, man, go watch Westworld. It's so good.
I've heard that the season 1 is one of the best
yes,
like first seasons for a show.
Yeah.
So
yep.
Well, now that I know that it isn't going to go past 4 seasons, maybe I'll watch it.
And there's a lot of the world, like they could easily do spin-off shows with no problem. Like there's so much that you could just world build on.
Yeah.
So I kind of eventually want there to just be like a sit down of a behind the Westworld type thing with the writers and everything, kind of like what they were going for or whatever. But you're never gonna get it.
I wonder if they'll do like movies, like one-off movies or something like that.
Maybe, but I could see them not wanting to do that because their stories and the amount of like mind twisting and bending that they go for and yada yada are too hard to do in a movie that you're not sitting in a theater for 4 hours.
Okay.
Number 7, Henry Cavill is leaving the Witcher TV series after season 3. He will be replaced by Liam Hemsworth, and Nate once again is a sad panda.
When I first saw that, I thought it was a joke.
So did I, because the first time I saw it was not by a verified account.
Mm-hmm.
It was just by like some random person, and I was just it wasn't even like a news outlet account that wasn't verified. It was just like some random account. And I was like, man, that's a funny one. Whoa, what do you mean it's real?
Yeah. Yep.
It's like, man, good thing season 4 is the last season. Also, good thing season 3 is the last season.
Yeah.
Number 8, Atomic Heart will be launching on February 21st. And if you haven't seen the 10-minute trailer, 10-minute gameplay trailer boss fight thing that IGN put up, you should go watch it because it looks pretty.
Yeah, it does. Looks interesting.
Looked smooth, looked pretty. Looked better than Blight, which also looked pretty, except used the entire God of War UI, which is really confusing.
Yep. Forspoken had a video come out as well, but no one really cared about it, which is interesting.
But also telling.
Yeah.
Like, that's interesting, telling, but also not surprising is what I meant.
Yeah.
Like, Forspoken has always just kind of been that, like, until it comes out, no, I don't really care, man, because you haven't shown me anything to make me want to be like, oh, man, I can't wait. Like, other than the fact that it looks cool, but that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Every time, by the way, we say Forspoken, I immediately go to Red Dead 2's soundtrack. Except I believe it's Unshaken.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Every time I go to that song. Number 9, random pause while I find myself. The next main entries in the Witcher series will be directed by CD Projekt Red's former head of animation and animation director. All right.
I don't know if that's relevant in any way, but
no, probably not. Number 10, Phil Spencer had another great quote this week. Quote, as long as there's a PlayStation out there to ship to, our intent is that we'll continue to ship Call of Duty on PlayStation, end quote. Get fucked. Number 11. Like that Phil Spencer's dropping daggers the way I hit you with just insults.
Yeah. Everyone, like, people read this and they're like, oh, that's cool, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, I'm taking that as a fucking threat, man.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. That is very much of like, yeah, are you still going to exist when I'm done with you?
Yeah.
I mean, if you do, sure. Here's some Call of Duty. Number 11, Square Enix has revealed that Symbiogenesis, yeah, that one, an upcoming project that was wildly rumored to be Parasite Eve related, is actually centered around NFTs. Symbiogenesis takes place in a self-contained world containing a large cast of characters that can be collected as NFTs, and then you can use them to wipe your ass, because that's as good as they are. And you can have some real biogenesis on a piece of paper.
I love that there was something that people were excited about, and they
immediately killed
shit
it
on it. They're just like, nah, nice try. It's terrible.
And it's garbage.
Yeah.
So anyway, been 7 days. What you been up to?
Not much. Watching Andor, listening to some books. That's about it. I don't think anything exciting happened this week.
Well, that's disappointing.
Yeah. I mean, it generally is.
Well, I mean, hey. Doobie what a doobie.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have anything. What have you been up to?
WoW pre-patch.
Pre-patch WoW.
1 weekend.
Anything exciting, relevant?
There's some dumb shit you can do in pre-patch. Because, like, Covenant are still turned on, Legendaries are still turned on. So you can just do some absolutely meme-level stupid shit.
That was, I'm assuming, what we were watching downstairs with the guys from Limit. Or not Limit.
No, they were doing beta and then raid stuff.
The fuck are they called now?
Liquid. Formerly Limit.
The guild formerly known as Limit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have any Liquid merch yet. And we're about to drop a new expansion. What am I doing?
I don't know. You better start buying shit. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I gotta be a sellout somehow.
All I'm saying is it takes away from your fucking PC money. What's more important to you?
Yeah, I'll just get them to send me stuff.
Okay, there you go. Just be like, hey.
My name's Tommy Dungeons.
Tommy Dungeons.
And I know you want to send Tommy some merch.
Damn.
And then it's just a boomkin wearing a like horribly misshapen, basically crop top.
Top, yes.
Liquid tee.
Crop top, yes.
Crop top on a boomkin.
Yeah. Oh my god. It's gold.
It just has the do you know Liquid's mascot?
Yes.
Blue.
Yeah.
It's just his little body is the image on the shirt that's clearly crop topped on a boomkin.
That's good.
It's,
That's good
It's
stuff.
so good. It's so perfect.
God.
But yeah, that's mainly been it. Been playing the FM23.
There it is.
Been playing beta because the real game's not out yet.
Oh, damn, beta.
But Kenny and I think we have agreed this time, because I started a solo save as Manu and he started a solo save as Arsenal, because we can both move through them faster in our solo saves. So we think we're going to keep our solo saves as our teams, because we can get further doing it on our own time and then do something different for our online one this time around.
Okay.
Because he can progress his team, I can progress my team, and we can just be doing it all the time.
Yeah.
We don't have to rely on the other person. And then we get to have the fun of like, man, I found this kid, or we get to have that, sharing that, while not also competing with each other in the save, but then doing it with just some random teams we haven't dealt with before, where we don't care as much, because we do get the urge to just go back to our teams all the time. But sometimes it's like, all right, well, you got to wait for a 3-hour time difference whenever we can actually sit down and do it, and yada yada.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. First time I've done a true like Manu solo one ever. I've dabbled in it before, but I've always played with him. I've never actually like made a true solo save for a while. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
And then at some point probably play a little Gran Turismo this weekend, maybe a little show in or something. Just mix it up.
Yeah.
I'm planning
Spice of life.
Yeah. Yeah. Planning I got to do some, chores around the house and clean, and then do a little bit more organizing of some projects that I want to do that are cheap projects, just like build this type of thing, and all computer stuff mainly. So yeah, that's really it. That's all I got.
I don't have anything else. I live a boring life.
Hi, I'm Matt. I live a boring life. All right, well, until next week then. Toodaloo.